So I guess good evening for me and the Australians, New Zealanders. Good afternoon, good morning for Patrick of NovaCrypto, who, if you're in the EOS/IO space, you probably know. We actually had an interview with Patrick for season 1 of Pitch Deck, and we also actually talked about MindWeb on one of the earlier season 2 Pomelo Pitch Decks with somebody's using it. Was it Ami? No.
Yeah. I missed that.
yeah. They're using MindWeb, and they've kind of had a lot of really interesting things to say. So that's quite interesting. Hernan Arbor from EOS Starter.
Voilà, Hernan. Shout out to him.
Yeah, and Amy Haynes from.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So there are some connection. We are doing some connections, natural connection, we would say.
Yeah. So welcome to the show. I mean, you're back for season 2. Let's start off by talking about season 1 Pomelo. You guys raised some funds, and what were you able to accomplish between the interim between season 1 and season 2, those few months?
Exactly. So basically what I end up with season 1, that was my testing, just seeing that all is going into the right direction for MindWeb. For example, with the Discord bot server for MindWeb mind maps to automatize the creation of those mind maps. So I have developed a first version of this Discord board that works. That's already something. Also, I came with a general database structure to store the MindWeb mind map into a database. So the database modelize the database in order to store the data about the MindWeb mind maps, and also the account system for MindWeb. So basically, it's an email account with a password, and then tied to an EOS account, and also checking if the EOS account is an hidden on EOS account. So all this workflow. So that was basically working well on this side. And when I began this 2022, I was thinking, okay, I have to iterate with MindWeb. We will have blue papers also. We will have by ENF. We will have other technical improvements coming. So basically, what I can do to have some traction with MindWeb and test if really the EOS ecosystem and the EOS.io ecosystem, I would say, generally speaking, have an interest for this kind of visual knowledge base. So I was beginning to produce some MindWeb mind maps, different mind maps. The first one that I have made, it's an EOS Digest one with an eye into the middle and categories about ENF, about the other subject that we have into EOS. And then this mind map is a kind of fractal mind map because it has categories that are pointing to other mind maps. That's a fractal mind map. And a mind map that has no connection with other mind map is a standalone mind map. So there are 2 types. So I was beginning with this EOS Digest one, and I came to the idea, indeed, okay, I have to name it that EOS Digest, my menu in MindWeb. There is a menu named EOS Digest, and the first mind map is the EOS Digest one. And then you have other mind maps. And I was in contact with Jesse Jaffe back in February, and he came to me and he asked me, I have an idea. I want to do a Twitter competition with EOS rants because Yves Larose, he was inspired by Yves Larose doing this kind of short videos, stating that very straight to the point. And he was thinking, okay, we can maybe have an incentivize for the community. They come with their rant, video, YouTube, and we include that into the mind map. So I was creating this mind map in, I would say, in a short amount of time. I came back to him with a proposal, something, and he said me, okay, we will organize this mind map differently. And we have this mind map today. It's working, and it's clear. Some people make their hands. That's work well. The Twitter competition works well. Yves Larose also was matching that. And now we are in a phase where we have to discuss again about the time format, because we made that every week, on every Sunday. That was the closing of the week, and then there is the rewarding for the best EOS rant. So that was the EOS rant mind maps, and that is always. And
Yeah.
there is also
We if you're a little bit lost, if you're watching this back and you're a little bit lost, I would honestly suggest that you go back, and I put it in the comments below. Go back and watch the first season 1
absolutely
pitch deck proposal that we did with Patrick. We went quite into depth on what mind map was. So if you find yourself thinking, hey, what is a mind map anyway? We won't go into it in this episode, but what you can do is you can go back to that first pitch deck episode, and you can you can listen in and get caught up, and then come back here, and you'll kind of be up to speed, because it is quite an in-depth little project that you're putting together, and you've been spending a lot of time on it over the last couple of years, actually. So there's a lot that's been happened, since season 1 in the EOS community, with things like rants and the EOS bees. You mentioned Jesse Jeffries, and so there's a lot of people that, like you said, are coming to you and using it. So you were able to develop some things out with the funding that you got from season 1. So is there anything new, or any ideas that you're working on for season 2 that are a little bit different than season 1? Any adaptations or implementations that you're changing?
So the big improvement of this season 2 is the collaboration with the circles on EOS. There is this collaborative circle. So I am in contact with EOS Bees, EOS support. I have made mind maps for EOS support, for EOS Bees. There is also the EOS dApps ecosystem with the Bishop artist collaboration, so connection, I would say. So that's basically, since February, that's creating mind maps. And for EOS Vision also from Veronica from Venezuela, also this mind map EOS Vision. And recently the EOS Costa Rica one, the EOS.io dashboard. And I have other mind maps coming. It's about hidden on EOS, chief delegates, in order that we can have a hidden dashboard, not the pretension to develop where are the funds going, but to have a mind map very visual. So it's about production. So I create the mind maps. I have a web form also to let the people send their data to the mind map. I have a web form. So basically, when you are in a mind map, you have a branch named send mind map data. And if you go maybe in the page EOS Digest, you will see that better, I think. You go into the menu EOS Digest on the top of this page. EOS Digest, voila. So if you scroll down a little bit, for example, you see the mind map go EOS bees, go down. This one, EOS rent, go on the top a little bit, on the top a little bit. Top. Here, send mind map data. So basically, the people click on it, send mind map data. basically the people can send their data to submit their data to the MindWeb mind map. So here you see the URL, circle equal EOS bees, mind map equal EOS rant. So this web form give the possibility to the people to send their URL, the category that they want to add to the mind map, a topic that will appear on the mind map, and after the mind map is updated. And it is updated currently by myself behind the doors. I am updating this mind map. There is a human intervention. You cannot always update all automatically. Automatically, that will be with the Discord bot server. But here, when it is, you can click on it. You can click on it, and you arrive on the mind map. And zoom a little bit. That's all the rants that we have included into this mind map until today. So there are Rivlaros, and when you click on a thumbnail of someone, you see the photo a little bit bigger, and you can close that. And when you want to see all participant, maybe you just have to close this. See all participant. You have an icon here. See all participant. No.
That was weird. I'm not sure what happened there. Let's try that again. Go back to.
Click the note. See all participant.
Yeah, I did. It did. Just give me a second.
No, you click on the note. No, not here. On the note, there is a little icon note.
Ah, here. I see.
Yeah. It's not working on your browser. I don't know why. Okay, no problem. So basically, this mind map is all the runs that the people have made. And when we are clicking on the participants, we have the list of the participants. And if a participant is an Hidden on EOS member, you arrive onto his profile. And if it is a participant that has nothing to do with Hidden on EOS, you arrive on his social that he has linked with the web form that I showed you before. So that's always the same principle for all those mind maps. That's work the same. You can send the mind map data, and you have other mind maps that are totally updated by myself. For example, if you go into the EOS Vision 1, other mind map from Veronica. So, yeah, go down.
Fractally.
Yeah, there is also Fractally. There is a bunch. Swiss workshop also, all my workshops. So EOS Vision 1. Yeah. That's all the news of EOS Vision until today. There is the news of March. There is the news of April. You click on, you arrive on the tweet directly. We spoke the last time into the first season. Yeah, MindWeb is this knowledge database. It's a kind of database, clear, visual, and the information are not stored on MindWeb. The information are stored where they are, and you are just pointing to. So that's to unify. At the moment, I produce those mind map. I will organize better into the News Digest category menu in order that we can search for mind map by typing some keywords. But now I am just producing this mind map and make connection with the other circle into the EOS community. So EOS Vision, Hidden on EOS, Fractally. There are those brainstorming sessions every Monday that I host with Jesse Jaffe. And now I am a chief delegate. I am a hidden delegate level 1. And I have a mind map also to track the following of this new board member that has just started. So I want to have a place to publish the thing. Basically that. And beside that, I have to continue to develop. With all what I do.
I must say, like coming from Pomelo 1, which was only a few months ago, and fourth quarter last year, and looking at what you've accomplished, in that time. I mean, there's a lot that's been done for
Yeah, I think it's a lot.
and like it looks really good, right? Like I remember if you go back and you dive into the Pomelo Pitch Deck, first one that we did,
There was nothing.
there was nothing, right? There was nothing. There was this grand idea that was nothing. I also really like the visual representation of the mind map, and also the way that you put together your Pomelo proposal. So I think it's a difficult it was a difficult concept to understand, but when you see it in action, and you see the way that it's been set up, I think it actually is really cool and really useful. So I just want to say hats off, because you've obviously been working hard, and you've got a lot to show for it, a lot of different mind maps that have kind of come to the fore. So well done, Patrick.
Thank you. And also the new things, I try to connect the EOS.io Swiss workshops with a mind map. So if you are going back into the EOS Digest one menu, you will find a mind map about the EOS.io Swiss workshop, and the last one on March 23rd. So if you go on top a little bit, this one, just yeah, down a little bit, yeah, this one, Swiss workshop mind web mind map. So here the goal, very obvious, is to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 video, and you can click on a video, and that's come on the video. And if you want to see the breakdown of a video, I have sliced into chapters, time stamping basically. But it's a good, you arrive directly on the subject that you want to see. That's the good point. Well, that's the entire video, but you can also go on a branch and you click and you arrive on the subject directly. Here that was with Daniel Keys about, for example, you are interested into Daniel Keys about a particular subject, you click on and you arrive onto the timestamping.
Over here, yeah, okay. I see.
Yes, here. Yeah. Voila, you arrive onto the exact time where we spoke about Pomelo in deep. That's
actually,
breakdown.
Actually, that's really cool. I liked it. I like the way that comes together in pictures, because a lot of times you put timestamps below the video, and it's just one or two words, and you don't.
It's not just only video. I will say I have not the pretension to do the video cinematic. I do cinematic video sometimes, but my role is more to break down into the subjects.
You're right. And so like the timestamps that a lot of people put below the video, they become too many and it's hard to tell. It's just one or two words, but the image, the pictographic that kind of is built into that second part of the mind map is quite interesting.
Absolutely.
You can have notes that outline what those words mean, and then you can click on that, and it will take you directly to the timestamp part of that video so that people can watch it back. So that's really cool, actually, Patrick. I like it. I like the way that's done.
So in the mind map, you have not only linked to YouTube and to the web, you can have directly notes embedded into the mind map, and you can also search. But in this mind map, what you have to search, not a lot, because it's already all. For example, if you want to search something, you are on the bottom. You have a search function. If your browser is showing that, seems to be not. Okay, I understand now. So I am testing in my browser Chrome, Edge, and there are different browsers to test. But basically, here you are on a video and you want to see the chapters, you can click on it. That's all about that. And that is published on Bywire News. Since October 23rd last year, I publish all my content on Bywire News. Video about Special LATAM with Maurice Vanegas, videos about EOS.io Swiss workshop. That was the 13th one on March 23rd. And now it's coming on May 23rd. It's coming my 14th workshop in a row. And on this month, April 23rd, is coming a Special LATAM number 7. And there will be a mind map for the Special LATAM. After 7 Special LATAM, I can do now Special LATAM mind map. That makes sense. So the goal is to link all what I have already built since 2018 with those workshops and all this education with MindWeb. That makes sense. That was obvious, but I was not directly seeing that when I was on Pomelo season 1. I was not only also seeing that I have a possibility to collaborate with EOSBs more effectively with EOS support. That was just idea on last season. That was just intent, but there was not yet the action. And the action has very begun at the beginning of this year, I would say.
Yeah, it's great that people have been coming in and using it, and plugging their information into those forums and stuff like that. So that's really cool. So yeah, definitely, I'm gonna throw this up there again for two reasons. First of all, go over and check out the proposal, and second of all, follow that link. Again, in the proposal, at the very top, what we saw before was things that were accomplished since last season. But if you follow that link over, you'll be able to see all of the mind webs that were done.
That's
So,
the novelty.
yeah, right. So very very cool, Patrick. So
and to not
yeah,
be too much technical, because I know the people want to see something. So for this reason, I produced those mind map to see, okay, guys, it's not just kindergarten mind maps. That's very operational mind maps. For example, when I do a brainstorming session on the Monday with Jesse, we receive proposals directly coming into the Fractally brainstorming session, Fractally on EOS, because we want to build Fractally on EOS. Yeah, we want to propose that in order that the ENF and Fractally LLC can go to the negotiation table. We believe very easy that Fractally has to be built on EOS. And the people can send their proposal to this mind map, and we include into the mind map if there is a vote for this proposal. And we are at our 5th brainstorming session on next Monday. We do that every Monday with Jesse Jaffe, co-host with me. And you have the people coming also into the show. That's a Zoom live. We record that together, and after that, I publish on NovaCrypto YouTube channel all the content. So I do editing. There is a lot of stuff, but that's very motivating to do. And yeah, I do editing from video, but at the same time, I link that with MindWeb. That's the visible part. Now for the closing door part, I am doing my visual knowledge. That's visual knowledge based on EOS, and there is an embedded knowledge builder. That means what? If you go back to the first season, the goal is to create online the mind maps, that the people can create directly the mind map with a knowledge builder online. If you don't have a mind map on your computer, if you have already a mind map on your computer, you can also upload to MindWeb. So all that take time. And for this reason, all the funds that I have received since season 1, what I have made with the funds, basically I have all those funds. I have not used to pay myself or not yet. I take all those funds, and for me, I will inject some of those funds when I need, for example, translation, because the mind map have to be translated. But now, a good news, there is Mark Scheer. He has also a Pomelo grant about translation, and there is APIs. So I will use the APIs of Translate. There is a project named Translate Me. There is a free API to translate. This is valid for Telegram, and you can also use that for other things. So my idea is to integrate that into my process to translate those mind map. But without to wait on that, I can also be in contact with the EOSB's Hives. There is 16 languages about. So I can, when the people are using the web form that I showed you before, they can send their category into the language that they will to send. And into the EOS Digest menu, into the page, you will be able to choose the language for the mind map. So I have to build this page, EOS Digest. Now it seems to be like a garbage because I have all the mind maps one after one into this page, but there will be a search into this page and also the possibility to choose the language per mind map. So there is a lot of things to do, and I will iterate. It's not frozen in the stone, and also, I mean, now we have a good stability with the with all what is coming, better and better. And I want to use MindWeb as I say, my elevator pitch. I help the value content creator to turn their information into knowledge. MindWeb is doing that. I turn the information into knowledge thanks to meaningful mind maps. And within the EOS ecosystem and beyond, I have to be very open. I will say I love EOS, but we have to be from EOS, then we can go to other blockchains protocol for sure. So for me, the entry point is EOS. I very a true believer of that as others. For this reason, we want all built on EOS. If we believe in EOS, we have to build on top of it. Otherwise, what you are doing here. So that's that, Jimmy.
Yeah, very cool, man. Definitely, again, go check out the Pomelo Pitch. Get in touch with Patrick if you're interested in using a MindWeb, and yeah, like definitely, tune into the workshops and things like that. So, I think that kind of wraps it up for today. But where's the best place for people to find you, Patrick?
Yeah, don't hesitate. For example, Veronica Diaz from Venezuela with EOS Vision. They don't have yet the website for the moment. So I was thinking, oh, this is a nice project, EOS Vision. You have the daily news every day on Twitter with a nice post. And I was thinking, MindWeb can also be a digital presence for the people that have not yet a website, or if they have already a website, that could be a nice
right.
plugin.
Yeah, there's multiple ways to link to it. So like,
Yes.
if people are interested in collaborating or using MindWebs or talking to you or becoming part
Absolutely,
of your
I am open to that.
how what's the best way for them to contact you? Is it Telegram? Is it Twitter? Is it your
there is a MindWeb store. Named, no more bullish on EOS, because bullish on EOS, that's make think about bullish. That was not so what we were expecting. So on Discord, you have a Discord server named MindWeb Store, and you have access. If you go on mindweb.io, on the top, you have a link to the MindWeb Store. So there you can communicate with me.
Yeah,
or
so go to
my
the
Telegram is NovaCrypto Ltd. NovaCrypto Ltd. So it's easy, and you can communicate.
So again, if you follow the link to MindWeb from the Pomelo grant, you'll be able to find Patrick.
Yes.
So yeah, once again, man, that's great. Like, I'm assuming to see you back again.
Thank you very much for your time, Jimmy.
For a third round, and I look forward to seeing how much you accomplish with this round of funding. Because as I said, you've accomplished quite a bit.
I forget the memory sometimes what I have made. Sometimes I think I have made nothing, and when I see that from an external point of view, yeah, there is a lot, but there is more to do, and especially now, we have to be better than never, and we have to strive EOS. We are in a good momentum, and good things will happening, for sure.
So. Yeah, so definitely go over and check out the Pomelo grants. I mean, there's a little bit more time left to get your votes in. As far as pitch decks are concerned, we'll be back probably for the rest of this week. We've got a few more lined up. We've got Francis lined up, EOS Detroit. I think we're probably going to do one with Bywire, a bunch of different people. So
Bywire News, yeah.
If you want to be part of Pitch Deck here, or over on the Fireside Chats with Discord, please let us know. You can hit up Jimmy D or the guys over at EOS Nation. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Patrick, for all that you do in the space. And
I want to make a shout out to you, Jimmy, also for all what you do for us. I know that you have some issues with your shoulder.
Yeah,
And
I'm a little bit bandaged up right now. So
yeah, and you are resilient. You came here today, so I appreciate that a lot. I have no clue, no idea of what you are feeling, but that should not be something good. Yeah,
no
and thank you for all those Pomelo pitch deck that you do. I think it's very good for this new season, season 2, and there is a lot of future for Pomelo. We see. I think every season we will see more building blocks, public building blocks that we want to provide. That I was not seeing during season 1, and at the end of season 1, I was thinking, okay, there are more public component into my mind web that I was imagine at the beginning. So because you do and you see by doing sometimes what is possible. So
right.
And shout out to all the project on Pomelo. I wish you all the best for all the people into this.
Agreed. Yeah. And yeah, thanks. Like it's okay. My shoulders. The worst part about like having a, my messed up shoulder, like besides like, having 8 bolts in it, is I can't actually do my own hair anymore. So that gets a little bit crazy. So I apologize for that. But we'll be back. We'll be back later in the week. Not exactly sure when, but definitely we'll be back on Friday Eastern Standard Time, US, with US Detroit and probably some other ones. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Please like and share this out. Get in touch with Patrick, NovaCrypto,
Thank you very
for
much,
any
Jimmy.
of the multiple things that he's doing. And we'll see you guys around next time.
And thank you. Bye.